Amazing Race Canada. Gord
Season 5.
and Wayne. Season 5.
Episode 3.
3.
Okay, it's getting better.
It's getting better. It is.
It's still not great.
Slowly getting better, but still not great. But it's getting better, which is a good sign. Hopefully by the finale, it'll be like, oh my God.
By episode 10, we should be really good.
I hope so.
Yeah, we'll be almost happy.
Well, I'll be
Could go either way.
I'll be back on vacation. I might be happier.
There you go. So, where do we start?
Fort McMurray to Castlegar.
That's right.
BC, and the Giver guys are happy because they're from there, that area.
So. Yeah, I mean, close enough. They're like, within an hour's drive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is kind of like going home. It's like if we had a task in Edmonton.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty easy. You know where everything is, or at least you think you know where everything is.
Hope so.
You would hope so.
That would be very embarrassing.
It would.
Yeah.
And the first task, they get there, they get to Castlegar, they're going to basically do an identification task.
Wait. We missed some important news.
Oh.
The Giver guys give the express pass
That's
to
true.
Megan and Courtney, thinking because Megan and Courtney aren't such a strong team, it'd be a brilliant idea to help a weaker team.
Well, they know they're not, they're not the smartest team in the race, right? Like Kenneth and Ryan, they're like
Megan and Courtney are right.
We're not the smartest guys here, but they've got a lot of forced personality, and they're a strong team.
They're a strong team.
They're a strong team.
Yeah.
No argument there.
Yeah.
But they know that they suffer in where their weak spot is. They admit that.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, the girls are smart.
Yeah.
But they're a weaker team physically, so they're going to go and
but
try to align with
helping
them.
a less physical team that considers a team that you're weaker is not a brilliant idea. Teams do this all the time.
That's true.
Because you want weaker teams to stay on, so it's easier for you to win.
Exactly.
So
it's not rocket science per se, but it was a good move on their part. At least they were thinking. Task, of course, it's a camping task basically. Although it's not really a camping task, it's more identifying a campsite. You have to run around to 9 different campsites and see what is missing or what's different from the original campsite. So there's a lot of running around. There's a lot of identification. Now, some people are very detail oriented.
I think you're at. Sorry.
And some people are like, the dog in the movie. Squirrel.
Squirrel. Yeah, that's me. There's a squirrel here somewhere.
There you go.
Yeah, so it was okay. It was an okay task.
It was
for me, the beginning.
It was a big commercial.
That was the problem I had for the first 20 minutes of the thing. It was for the car because you had to do whoever used the less energy in the new Bolt, good deal, and whoever did this thing was by Woods Campground.
Yeah.
So for me, okay task, but it's just commercial.
I think it was Andrea who drew out the whole thing.
I knew you would like that. I said, well,
I'm like, that's
cool.
what I would have done. I would have drawn the whole thing and drawn down.
You now like her more because she's a graphic designer and illustrator, like you.
All of a sudden, she's moved into my, one of those top teams that I'm going to follow. A little better. Okay, so that was good. I thought that was a good way to do it.
Yeah,
it wasn't a difficult task.
You just sort of go through it. And working with other teams helps.
Most of the teams did work together. Yep. And they managed to get everything. They combined their notes. Got this. Bang. Here's your next clue. You're out. Here's your next clue. You're out. Here's your next. Adam and Andrea and Ebony. Those are the first 2 teams, I believe, that were out.
Yeah, they worked together.
So they worked together. They worked fast on the road. Everybody else coming along. Kenneth and Ryan. Megan and Courtney, they
helped them.
They had it figured out. They got theirs. And Kenneth and Ryan, they know they have a problem with it. So Megan and Courtney run back, basically share their clues with Kenneth and Ryan. And that's when that, trade-off for the express pass paid off for them because they at least, they got some feedback, they got a little help, and they were then able to do it because they were having trouble figuring out what they're missing.
I would have helped them somewhere else. I don't think I would help them this soon.
Seems a little, It's an easy task.
We're
help them when it's hard.
We're mean because, thanks to the express pass. Oh yeah, we'll help you sometime. Not today though.
Yeah. No. But the upside for the girls is it means it's, that owing them something back
it's
for
gone.
it is done. We're done. We have helped you now. We can
have to go to Nelson.
Right.
And find the coffee shop, which seemed to be a bit trouble for some teams, and then carry 2 bags of coffee to various coffee shops and up and down it.
Yeah, Nelson's hilly. I mean, it's a lot of hills.
Yep.
There's a lot of it's hard on your your calves and stuff and everything, but It's not a difficult task.
Well, I think if it would have been more than 2.
You only had to do 2 deliveries.
I think it should be 4 or 6. Make it really hard. I wanted people coming out of this thing sweating.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, I think I'm a little tired, a little sore. But I wanted them to come out sweating. My God, I'm going to die.
Yeah. And none of that happened.
No.
The sad part of that is this is where Karen and Bert basically wasted Express Pass, as far as I'm concerned, because this is an easy task. But they hand theirs in right away.
Yeah.
And, the Oso Negro Coffee Challenge is basically skipped entirely by them. There's my commercial ad for Oso Negro. Send me some coffee. Not going to happen. Anyway. But they skipped an easy task, used an Express Pass on it, and that is not the place to use an Express Pass.
I think the trick is
they didn't even try.
Find out what the task is first.
Yeah.
So, okay, this one's a bit easier. Let's do this now. And we can catch up. Or we'll still be slightly behind, but not too far behind.
Yeah.
So, I think if they would have read it, they may have said, okay, let's do this one.
When you get something where, we've still got the Express Pass and we have to bungee jump off the Eiffel Tower. I'm handing in the Express Pass. Then they go to the roadblock.
I like the name of the bridge. Big Orange Bridge. I like how people do that. It's the Bob. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay.
And I like what Rex and Bob were doing on Twitter after that, saying, like, I love how people hang out with Bob and making all these weird jokes about swinging off Bob. But
how is that a roadblock? I mean, even if you have a fear of heights, it's a swing.
It's not that high.
It's not that high.
No.
It's in the water.
I know.
On a swing.
I know.
And you drop in, swim to a buoy, grab your clue, and swim to shore.
Swim
to the dock.
Again, I wanted it to be a little harder.
Have an area.
A target.
Miss the target,
back
up you go.
Back up again. I know there was probably some issues because it was cold. Because it was like April, May. It might have been colder. Still, I think maybe hit the target. That would have been a little tougher. Hit the target. I mean, you can make a big target so you're not just dropping in.
These are Canadians.
Swings,
cold water shouldn't be a problem.
I know.
It wasn't that tough.
You had to. A lot of teams were helping their partner get out of the water. I think you should get out.
Should have had to get out
on your own because after you're doing all that swimming, you're tired.
This goes back to our tightrope challenge, where they get help at the other end.
Well,
you shouldn't have gotten help at the other end.
Give Bert credit. He did get out on his own.
Yes.
Although he did collapse. Looked like a big beached whale.
Probably would have been me. Actually, I'd have fallen out and said, "Oh, I'm
done."
there. Oh.
And Karen was sort of laughing.
Play the drama.
Yeah.
Everybody's on to the detour. So the detour, throw it or strike it. So in throw it, you're basically using a potter's wheel. You got to throw your clay in the center, mold your cone, and then turn that into a nice little cup, and then slice off the top, make it nice and smooth.
You've done it before.
I've done it. Simple challenge.
I've done it once and I sucked at it, so it would have been harder for me.
It would have been, but apparently easy enough. If one person can do it, they can do both.
Another issue I had with this thing, I wanted it harder. I wanted, if one person can do it, the other person has to do it.
Like make a coffee cup even, where you have to actually put the handle on, not a glass.
No, because you've done it before, so you know. But if someone who's not done it, that's hard.
Yeah,
so,
it did look hard.
Except for Corey and Ivana, who got it done fast.
Yeah, they did very quickly.
But if you, it'd be just Gord, you do this task, and then I just sit there and watch.
And it's basically a roadblock.
Then it's pretty much a roadblock.
Yeah.
So
the other side of the detour was strike it, where you had to basically forge a steel rod into a kotok. You had to make 2 kotoks. So one side you have to make 2 glasses, 2 pottery cut glasses, and the other one you make 2 kotoks. A little harder physically as a task.
Yes.
But not that.
We're back. The interruption by a kid. Couldn't find the cat, who always hides when her friends come over. Anyway,
that's why the cat hides.
Yep. So yeah.
So the teams that did throw it, we had Corey and Ivana, Andrea and Ebony, Adam and Andrea, and Zed and Shapir all did throw it.
He took notes.
I took notes. Guys, because I sometimes forget these guys because they're still kind of bland. And
Courtney started there. Courtney started this is too hard. Then went back to the other one. Oh, this is too hard. And then went back to no switch. Just
don't switch. Pick one and stick to it.
Yes.
Because switching, especially twice, is not a good strategy. Especially even when you have an Express Pass sitting with you.
Yeah. So, but this goes. The striker one was also the same as the other task. If one team had, each teammate had to do this task instead of like. You do it, and it's like a roadblock. Then it makes no sense.
Yeah,
it's easy. It's the thing we were talking about. Is a better episode, but tasks are just not there. About here. It's easy.
The season is aimed at millennials, and yet all of the tasks seem to be aimed for people over 60. My mother could have done these tasks quite easily. Okay, maybe not the strike it. Doesn't have the arm strength anymore. But come on, we could have sent our mothers to do this first 3 episodes.
Don't tell them. They're going to send our mothers instead. My mom's pretty entertaining. That's where I get it from.
There you go.
And she has a French accent, Zut alors, and she swears in French. It's really awesome. Tabarnak. So they're gonna try to book my mom. Wayne, go in the direction of your mom. Actually, we'd have a good time.
I'd actually watch that.
So would I. We'd have a good time. But she's 84.
Kenneth and Ryan were there forever.
I know.
They kept going and going and going.
Just
and going.
They
just couldn't get the flattening part. They could get the curve nice, but they could not flatten the back of this thing.
Yeah.
So eventually, they run back. They think, you know what, we're gonna check. We're gonna run back, see how many teams are here. If we're the only teams here, we got to use the Express Pass. They run back. Oh, there's still teams here. We're gonna run back. Try again. No. They eventually, you know what, this is not working. They use their Express
I think
Pass.
it's early, but it's a good idea.
So that's 2 Express Passes gone.
Yay.
Okay. So 2 Express Passes out of the way. Everybody's finishing up their detours. Everybody's racing out at the last minute. Kenneth and Ryan are racing out, and
Ebony
and Andrea, and then Megan and Courtney, all basically racing right one on top of the other, racing up.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. Don't forget that you have Zed and Shabir, who got done pretty good.
They did very quickly.
And they're going like, I think we might be third. Oh my God, how exciting.
Yeah.
We might be third or fourth.
So they're all racing to the pit stop now. The pit stop is the Kootenai Creek Provincial Park. You got to find John there, somewhere. Fairly simple. Right. It's a creek.
Kootenai Creek.
It's probably not a giant
It's a provincial park.
Right?
It's not huge. Park in the parking lot, follow the trail. You probably could see them.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
Zed and Shabir, who think they're coming in third, maybe fourth. They're first.
Now, good for them.
That was really good for them. I'm quite happy with that placement for them.
Yep.
The last 3 teams, of course.
That was a bit exciting. I like
it. It was a bit exciting.
I weren't too sure because they all left at the same time. You could see them all leave at the same time. It wasn't like they were leaving at different times. You could see a team running out.
They're on the
Megan
road.
and Courtney forgot their bag. Had to go back and get it.
Had to go get. Yeah. Kenneth and Ryan come in, and then Andrea and Ebony come in, and then the last team to arrive, unfortunately, is Megan and Courtney.
Yes.
Who still have an Express Pass in their backpack.
Should have used it.
Should have used it. Thought about using it.
They thought about using it.
But didn't use it. And when they saw that they were like the only 2 teams sitting there at Throw It, after switching, really, I would have used the Express Pass. So even without using the Express Pass, all 3 Express Passes are now gone. So we no longer have to worry about that. There's no magical, pass to get around anything. And the hard tasks are going to start.
Yeah.
Because now, the teams that remain are all heading off to China to go to the Great Wall.
I know.
And didn't I say we were going to China?
Well, you said because of who the sponsor is.
There you go.
The travel sponsor, that's what they do. They do trips to China. So it's pretty obvious.
They're going to China.
I mean, they've been there before. They've been to Hong Kong. But now they're going to Beijing, which is a different part of China. And I like now they're doing the international thing because it's going to be harder. Cabbies won't speak English. Cabbies will say, yes, I know where I'm going when they just wants the deal.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little harder, I hope. And this is why I am now on the side of Mike and Logan from their thing. I think it's time to do an international race because the last 3 legs, it's getting better, but it's still been kind of dull
and bland,
and the tasks are okay. These ones were sort of related to the area, kind of, but you still can do pottery anywhere else.
Yeah,
you still can jump off bridges in a lot of places. Go camping anywhere, so it's still generic in a sense.
What we do, we go camping.
I'm going camping this week. That's why I won't be around.
My wife was camping last week.
Yeah, so
it's all good.
Hopefully, it'll get better.
So. Amazing Race Canada with Gord and Wayne, Season 5, Episode 3.
You could do it. 3.
Season 5, 3. That's our review.
Well, I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you'll be back.
I hope.
I'll just put a FaceTime thing of you right here, just be your tiny little head.
I won't be able to watch it. I'm in the mountains.
I'll clue you in. Never mind.